It's a Star Trek game, Voyager, Elite Force. A first-person shooter based in the Star Trek universe, and is one of the highest-rated Star Trek games. You're greeted by Captain Flemeth of Dragon Age. She's recalling the entire plot of the TV series, then establishing what is currently happening in the game. You're on a Borg cube of all places, and I'm running really fast here. I've probably played this game about 20 times already, and 3 more times just for this review. Don't worry, one of those times was on the hardest difficulty, so you see the difference between dealing with the Borg on easy mode and dealing with them on hard mode. I love how it feels like you should really fear them on the higher difficulties, just like on the show. It's also possible to go way too fast and aggro large amounts of enemies that chase you into a corner. This feels so good. So you're actually here to rescue a few teammates, but since I'm going really fast, I end up leaving them in my dust. You don't really see it here because I'm jumping over it, but this bridge was supposed to blow up and you're supposed to find another way around. See? All your allies are supposed to die anyway, so whatever. Turns out this was all a simulation on the holodeck, which is sort of strange, because this cutscene plays when you die. This simulation is a little too real for my blood. Also, this game was made on the Quake engine, so you'll see me jumping around a lot to go faster. It's this thing called strafe jumping, and I'm terrible at it. I forget exactly how it works, but you can look it up for yourself and impress your high school math teacher that you learned about vectors from video games. Anyway, Voyager gets attacked by a ship and we're teleported to some unknown place with no chance of leaving anytime soon. By the way, the entire cast of the show, except for 7 of 9, lent their voices to the game. Jerry Ryan, the actress who played 7 of 9, wasn't in the original release of the game and was later added with the Virtual Voyager expansion. I haven't heard the 7 of 9 replacement voice since the base game doesn't want to work with modern computers, and installing the expansion somehow fixes this. I had difficulty recording this too. Gotta love old games. The show cast isn't the focus of the game though. You're Alexander or Alexandria Monroe, an ensign. You're just a regular scrub that hangs out on the lower decks. Your team is the main focus. And boy are they memorable and have unique personalities.
Oh, I'm serious, man. Vulcans love it when you yank real hard on their ears. Some Vulcan pain ritual thing.
Really?
Yeah. How do you think they got so pointy? Trust me, try it. Tuvok will have an all-new respect for you.
I don't know.
This makes the game feel like Star Trek. Back to the plot, Captain Galina Reznikov of Orange is the New Black orders the Elite Force to search this ship for some reason. I honestly forget. We end up fighting some spooky, scary aliens that want to give us hugs, but we're not about that touchy-feely culture, so we blast them away. They're angry that you don't accept their hugs, so they kill a teammate with shocking floors. Yeah, nice job there. Should have just shot the pod thing and you would have lived longer. You meet up with Foster, who is the leader of Elite Force, and he informs you that this mission is a complete failure. We're losing teammates left and right, and we're the only 2 left. Besides Chell, but, you know, it's Chell. We fight some more, and the level's over. Turns out these aliens were just trying to communicate, and didn't realize that humans speak human instead of the language of hugs. I probably shouldn't talk about all the missions in this game, since they are really short and very memorable. Like this stealth mission, that I never actually played stealthy before. Sure, I used a ton of quick saves to remain unseen, but hard mode really makes you care about how little health you have sometimes. So I really want to experience the stealth. Or this area, with this sound. Gotta love references to the original series. The entire game is actually very short, and I can breeze through it within 2 hours. It's usually every reviewer's complaint about this game, and they don't really complain about much else. The only other thing I know they complain about is the final boss. He's just this for a few minutes. He doesn't react to damage either until he's dead, so you don't know if you're actually doing something. At least this boss is marginally better. I think I'm exploiting something with this guy though. He gives you my favorite weapon in the game, so he gets a pass. Speaking of passing, you can fail these missions. Nothing changes, but I still think it's cool. You can even decide the fate of your fellow crewmen. Like here, you're supposed to have good timing and activate the barrier to contain the explosions. But you could be particularly evil that day and just let them die. Sucker! Then there's the third option that ends in a game over. Why yes, I did sacrifice myself for the whole. Then there's this choice. Your boss has been captured by the Borg. The real Borg this time, not some hologram. And he's in the process of being assimilated. Do you save him, or do you let him be assimilated so you can become the leader of the Elite Force and get all the glory? Him living or dying actually determines who talks to you in this cutscene.
Starship Voyager, species 5618. You are the leader of your unit.
The Starship Voyager, species 5618. You are the leader of your unit.
I mean, it's still the Borg talking to you, and most of the dialogue was written to fit both scenarios, but it's still a change. If Foster gets assimilated, he even turns into a boss at the end of the level. Either way, he doesn't show up for the rest of the game, the excuse being that when you rescue him, he's chilling out in the sickbay, getting all those Borg implants removed and recovering. Also, since I'm forced to use it to even launch the game, the expansion is a decent amount of fun. You get the previously mentioned Jerry Ryan voice for 7 of 9 and the Virtual Voyager. It's just a different mode where you run around Voyager, there's no enemies at all, and push random buttons.
Access granted.
I think it was said that this expansion takes place during some of the events of the game, but I forget when. This mode is also like a collection of Easter eggs. You can make your way into everyone's quarters and even find a holo novel of Captain Proton, which, if you don't know, is one of Tom Paris's favorite things to run on the holodeck during the show. By far, the best part is Deck 15. There is absolutely nothing to do here, and it's beautiful. There's a single crew member working here, and you can read his personal logs. Basically, he was assigned here, and he doesn't know what he's supposed to do. So he goes to Commander Chipotle to ask why, and he doesn't have a clue what he's supposed to do. So then he goes to Captain... Hold on. I need to look up another role Kate Mulgrew played. Jane Latimer of Warehouse 13. Yeah, that's good enough. She also tells him that she has no clue what Deck 15 is for. He finally gives in to his own boredom and decides to program his own video game during his duty. It's the proudest he's been in 6 years of Starfleet service, believe it or not. You can play the game for yourself as well. Last but not least, you can press the self-destruct button on the bridge.
Auto-destruct sequence initiated.
What's wrong with you?
10, 9.
Spoiler alert, Voyager's journey was ended prematurely when Ensign Monroe activated the ship's self-destruct button.
2, 1.
That's right, Neelix could have fared better.